When the holidays start to feel a bit repetitive, reach for a Sprite Winter Spiced Cranberry and put your twist on tradition. A bold cranberry and winter spice flavor fusion, Sprite Winter Spiced Cranberry is a refreshing way to shake things up this sipping season. And only for a limited time. Sprite. Obey your thirst.
Every Who down in Who Newville liked the holidays a ton. But where to get great prices on gifts, they had no idea. None. They searched and they searched for great gifts under $25. Gifts for spouses and friends and even their toddlers. When suddenly one Who shouted, Walmart has what you want, knowing they have Lego, Tree Hut, and low prices to flaunt. So they enjoy the holiday season as Who's often do. Cheering and shouting, Walmart has incredible gifts. Who knew? Find gifts they'll love under $25 at Walmart.
Do you know this person, Cubby?
Oh, yeah, I know him. That's his best friend.
That's his best friend?
Yeah, that's his best friend.
Have you ever hired him?
No, because he can't sing.
Okay. What, are you insinuating he can't sing?
He can't sing neither.
This is the plaintiff, Howard McLaurin. He says he's a classic rhythm and blues singer, and the defendant, a promoter, owes him for 2 performances he hired him for at the local VFW post. He can't understand how someone in this day and age can try to rip somebody off like that. But hey, he has to live with himself because what goes around comes around. He's suing for $450, the amount he's due. This is the defendant, William Holden, Jr. He says the show the plaintiff is suing him for was a promotional show, and he was quite clear there was no pay involved. Besides, the guy's not a very good singer, and because he's suing him, he will never work with the guy again. He's accused of letting the music die.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Milian in our forum, the People's Court.
Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Howard McLaurin, you are suing William Holden, Jr. for $450 for fees for 2 shows where you performed for him and he has not paid you, correct?
Correct.
What happened?
Well, I'm not sure what happened with Mr. Holden, but we made an agreement on the first show.
The first show was when?
It was August 18th, 2012.
2012?
Yes.
Okay, and what was your agreement?
It was $500 for 30 minutes.
Is your agreement in writing?
No, it was a handshake.
Do you have it in text or anything else confirming in an email, anything that would prove up what the agreement?
Well, no, actually, there was another artist that was there that witnessed the agreement and the handshake.
Okay.
So, and I have his affidavit right here.
Okay, it's better than nothing. And then what happens? He gives you a deposit of how much?
Gave me a deposit of $200.
All right, and when was he supposed to pay you the other $300?
Well, that wasn't determined, but I was assuming that would be at the show or after the show.
Did you perform?
Yes.
Were there any problems?
No
what
problems.
What do you do?
I'm an R&B singer,
Okay.
producer.
Okay, so back in August of 2012, when he didn't pay you, why didn't you do something about it?
Well, I mean, Mr. Holden has, he had some health issues. I think right after the show, his parents died almost in a 2-week, very short period of time. So, you know, I didn't want to present any, you know, stress or anything to him at that point. And, you know, I really thought that, you know, we had a friendship that it went a little beyond the music thing. So I didn't pressure him, but we both agreed that he was going to give me the $300.
Okay, so when did you ever bring it up again?
Well, I called him several times, and then he stopped calling me. I mean, he stopped returning my calls. I just felt as though, you know, based on our association, our friendship, that, you know, I could wait. I could, you know, I was.
So when did it ever come up again? Or you just went to court and sued?
Well, no, actually.
I know you had contact with him because then you agreed to perform for him again.
Yeah.
When?
Well, the next performance was June the 20.
A year later? Almost a year later?
Yeah.
Okay, and he calls you and says what?
He asked me if I would perform 4 songs for $150. So I told him, yeah, of course.
Okay, so did you get this one in writing?
No, that wasn't in writing.
Okay, do you have a phone?
Yes.
What kind of phone do you have?
I have a cell phone and a home.
Does it text?
Yeah.
Do you have an email site?
Yes.
Did you not learn from the first one that there was a problem?
Well, it was on, like I said, I have text on that issue.
On the 151?
Yes.
Oh, let me see that. That's good. Let me see that. What's going on?
Your Honor, Mr. H. Mack, I did a show for, I have Ike Love Productions, and I did a show for the legendary Blue Magic, which is a singing group. Okay, I decided to put Mr. H. Mack in the show because Unforgettable Duet could not perform. Okay, Mr. H. Mack got his money, and
What money were you going to pay him?
$200 before every group gets on stage. You have to pay them before they get on stage, else they will not perform.
I've had a million of these cases.
Yeah.
That's not true.
Okay.
That's just not true. People perform all the time and then wait around to get paid. I mean,
all these groups here got paid before they got on stage.
Okay, but according to him, he got a deposit beforehand, and you're supposed to pay him an additional $300.
No,
You're
Your
saying
Honor.
that's just a lie.
No, Your Honor. Then the next thing that he was talking about was the Sounds of Love, which is a group that I formed with him. I bought them all $480 suits and $85 hats, which nobody in the group has yet to pay me for the suits.
Is he supposed to pay you for the suit?
All these guys here on this, that was a lot of money putting out. See, I'm a promoter and a booking agent. I felt sorry for Mr. H. Mack because he's a no-name singer. He doesn't have...
Well, is name enough for you to keep going to him to get him to sing for you?
I've used him...
When the guy, did you pay him anything for the day he came and sang the 4 songs in August or June of 2013?
He was not doing any money on that one. On the
He was
second
doing it for free?
Promotions. Okay.
Is that a yes? He was supposed to be doing it for free?
Yes.
What happened to the text you were going to show me that show that he owes you $150 for the second one?
Well, the text is that he was supposed to. We were at this.
What text? Do you have a text that shows where he admits that he owes you $150?
Yeah, I don't have that.
Okay, so now you have an affidavit from somebody named what? Robert Owens. Do you know Robert Owens? Cubby St. Charles.
Your Honor.
Right. He says that he witnessed you agree on $500.
That's untrue. Because when I conducted business with each and every one of these singers that was on here, I don't discuss my business with a third party standing there.
Do you know this person, Cubby?
Oh, yeah, I know him. That's his best friend.
That's his best friend?
Yeah, that's his best friend.
Have you ever hired him?
No, because he can't sing.
Okay. What, are you insinuating he can't sing?
He can't sing neither.
Why do you keep hiring him then?
Okay, no, here's what it is. Every show that he's been doing, he did a show, tried to do a show. His shows get canceled. He told me at the August 18th show that he had a following over 700 people. Well, guess what? He didn't sell one ticket.
Okay, I have a question
didn't
for
sell
you.
one ticket.
If in fact
People
he just
came
got
to
his
see
best
me,
friend,
though.
stop. If in fact he just got his best friend to write something, why wouldn't he just get his best friend to write something that also pertains to the other?
I don't know.
Okay.
Your Honor, promotions, if I don't get paid, you don't get paid. If I promote you, if I take you to say I take you to a restaurant and I need you to sing so people can look at you to see if they'll hire you. I don't get paid most of the time. You know, I go out of my way to promote a singer if I believe in them and try to help them.
Do you have, so what you're saying is you didn't hire him, you just said, hey, you want to come sing so people can hear you?
No, at the August 18th, he got paid for that.
I'm talking about the June 2013.
Oh, yes, so people can hear him.
And that's it?
Different. Yeah, that's it.
What was that event?
For senior citizens.
So the senior citizens could hear him?
Yeah,
How is that going to be a promotion as opposed to something you're paid for? You didn't get paid to put a show for the senior citizens?
No. And it's just
Who of the senior citizens is having some big shindig that they're going to end up hiring?
They had other people there from the NAACP, bigger up people. It's just like he was supposed to perform the national anthem for the NAACP, and he's 2.5 hours late.
Did that happen?
No.
That's right, 2.5 hours late. He didn't sing the national anthem.
Did that happen?
Yes,
I was in an auto accident, Your Honor, and when I arrived, I explained to the coordinator there, and but before that, I even explained to Ike that I did not know that it's the Negro national anthem.
What are you saying? It has different words? It's a different song? What are you saying?
It's a different song. It's not the national anthem.
Okay.
That you accustomed to hearing.
Okay.
But anyway, but I didn't have enough time to learn the song, so I didn't feel comfortable.
So you had a car accident?
Well, Your Honor, wasn't nothing wrong with his car when I went out there and looked at it. And then when he pulled in there, the NAACP said, "Oh, he cannot sing now. We're 2.5 hours late," and he had a free $50 meal plate dinner.
Tell me about okay.
Your Honor.
According to you, you've been trying to help him for 3 or 4 years.
Yes.
You consider him a friend.
Yes.
You bought him a $500 suit and $85 hat for him to wear in performances. This is like when? When was this?
Here it is right here, Your Honor. I created a group called the Sounds of Love, which never materialized. I spent thousands of dollars on these guys.
What do you mean by it never materialized?
They couldn't get 2 songs together in 2 months. They were all of them were always bickering and fighting.
Okay.
So I lost out a lot of money.
Okay, but were they supposed to pay you back?
Yes, they were.
Okay, do you have any proof that they were supposed to pay?
No, I don't. Oh, I don't have that paper with me, but he knows it.
Okay.
All the other guys in the group know it.
Do you owe him $500 for a suit and $85 for a hat?
No, it's ridiculous. I don't know.
Ain't that you in the suit?
Isn't
that you in the suit?
Your Honor, he had a couple of cookouts that since that time, between that time, I brought the suit back over to him. I told him, I can't wear those things. Look at him. I mean, I wouldn't get caught dead in a suit like that.
Okay.
But anyway.
When was the last time you saw him?
This is a flyer that he put me on a show. This is to come in February.
Wait, February of when?
This year.
Of 2014?
Yes.
What? Wait, did you agree to work for him again in February of 2014?
Well, only this particular performance was going to be a written agreement. However, he never really contacted me about this, so I called. I don't know if we can mention the names of organizations.
No, just tell me what you do. I'm sorry. You're telling me that after he didn't pay you $150 and didn't pay you $300, you've now agreed a third time to work for him?
Yes.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So, the guy hires the plaintiff twice and doesn't pay him his defense. The guy can't sing.
I think he's SOL.
Why?
He hired him twice. This is the second time. The first time, obviously, he heard him sing. Second time, he just chose not to pay him.
Hard to beat that argument, I think.
I think as well. If he already hired him, he did the job. Whether he did the job well or not, it's too bad.
Hire him the second time, you got to pay.
Exactly.
Got your point? Going inside the courtroom.
Look, I know how this business works. I know that sometimes you gotta take a lot of stuff you wouldn't take otherwise because there's only so many people who will hire you when you're an artist, and sometimes people just kind of take it. And I do know that. I know it's different than if you were a contractor and he was hiring you and he kept not paying you. You sure as heck wouldn't keep going to his house because you don't need him. There's other people who need your services. But it's kind of different when you're in the industry. I understand that. But come on, 3 times?
Well, he put me on the show. He did this.
What do you mean? He didn't hire you? Would you answer me? Did you agree to perform?
I agree.
Yes, so I don't know why you keep saying he put me on a flyer. Who cares? You agreed to perform for him again.
Only in the sense that we had a written agreement.
Did you have
which
a written
I don't
agreement?
have it yet. And that's the issue that I wanted to present to him or to you.
Don't put him on any flyers that you distribute.
Well, actually, the February 8th show was canceled because the tickets wasn't selling. The NAACP canceled the show themselves. It was their show.
Oh, my gosh.
I was only the promoter and the booking agent.
All right. Mr. McLaurin, here's what I'm going to do. I find that there is some evidence of money being due and owing for the first one. I find no evidence of money. It's just your word against his on the second one.
He got paid for it,
I am
Your Honor.
going to order that he pay you $300, and that's it. That's my verdict.
Well, first out of the courtroom is going to be the defendant here after seeing the plaintiff collect against him. What's your take on the outcome here?
Well, let's put it like this. I won't work with no-name singers no more, and I'm satisfied with the verdict, so it's over with, so.
Well, why won't you work with him anymore?
No, I can't because
Why?
he can't sing.
Well, you've hired him over and over and over again.
That was to promote him.
To promote him, and you've promoted him over.
I'm not promote him no more.
Well, why were you promoting him if he couldn't sing?
Because I felt sorry for the guy.
Really?
So, yes.
Who would go to a show if you're promoting people who can't sing?
Well, as an opening act, for a well-known group, you know how they have
people who can't
groups.
sing?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Head right around the corner this
Okay.
way. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. All right. All right. So, you hear him. What do you have to say about all that?
He's on medication, apparently.
Would you work for him again if he calls and says, "Come on"?
It's business to me.
You got to work, right?
So yeah.
He keeps saying you can't sing. You want to do anything about that here?
Sure. Walking in the sand, shoes in my hand, and thinking of the love that we shared. Looking in the clouds, laughing out loud. People stop and stare and say that man must be in love.
You can sing, Harvey.
Hey, Kurt, you got to say, he's good. Now, by the way, what the judge is saying about using your cell phone to verify a deal, that is a very good idea. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
We find Vecna, we end this once and for all, together.
On December 25th.
We have a plan. It's a bit insane. Everyone in?
He knows where we are.
Watch out!
Get ready for one last adventure.
We stay true to ourselves. Stay true to our friends, no matter the cost.
Found you. Stranger Things, Season 5, Volume 2, begins December 25th, only on Netflix.
This episode is brought to you by eBay. Buying parts for your car? You'll know that will it work feeling. But on eBay, buying parts is different. eBay's free returns means if it doesn't fit, or if it isn't what you expected, you just print a label, drop it off, and get your refund fast. No haggling, no stress, and at least 30 days to return any eligible item. Millions of parts, free returns. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
This is the plaintiff, Susan Averbach. She says she rented an apartment from the defendant for almost 2 years, and when she moved out, he refused to return her security deposit. He claims he's keeping it to repaint the place. The guy found the most expensive painter he could, which, by the way, is a friend of his. And she's not about to stand idle by and let the defendant out and out rip her off like this. She's suing for $1,295, the amount she's owed. This is the defendant, Matthew D. Simone. He says the plaintiff gave him only 3 days' notice she was moving out. Painted the rooms in his apartment blue, yellow, and peach, and these are not the colors people want when they move into a place. He has every right to keep the plaintiff's money, to fix the place up, and that's just what he's doing. He's accused of holding on tight.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff rented an apartment from the defendant and says that he won't return her security, but he's saying she painted the place some really weird colors. It's the case of Screw Hugh.
Thank you, Douglas. Susan Averbach, you are suing your former landlord, Matthew DeSimone, for $1,295, $1,000 of your security deposit plus interest. Tell me what's going on.
I rented this apartment approximately April of 2012 when I was married to my husband. Up front, Matthew wanted $2,000 first and last month's rent. That means $4,000 plus $1,000 security, which we paid him. And while we lived there, we were good tenants. The place was neat and clean. We were quiet. Matt was a good landlord, so everything was fine. And then my husband and I split, and he moved out in September of last year, and I moved out November 3rd. When I told Matt that I was going to be moving...
Did you have a lease?
No.
Okay. So you were on a month-to-month? Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so there's no lease, and you live where? Brooklyn. Okay, one
Yes,
of the
I live
5
in Brooklyn.
boroughs. And so you tell him that you're going to move out. What day do you tell him?
Approximately October 28th.
October 28th. You told him that you would be moving out when?
On November 3rd.
On November 3rd.
Yes.
And what was his response?
I asked him for my $1,000.
No, what was his response to you moving out in 3 days?
I didn't move out in 3 days.
Okay, 8 days. What was his response to you saying, I'm moving out in a week, whatever it was? What was his response? Nothing? What was your response?
I said, you're not giving me any time to, find a new tenant.
Did he say that?
It could have been.
Okay, and then you said, well, that's happening because my circumstances and I'm...
So I told him I'm moving out, and I apologized that I couldn't give him more advance notice because I had to pay rent for the new place on the 1st of the month. And then I asked him for a security deposit back, and I also asked him...
Did you pay November rent?
I paid yes, in effect. I paid $1,000 of my money, and then I used half of the money from the original last month's rent that I had paid up front.
Honey, okay, stop. Did she pay October rent?
She paid October, yeah.
Did she pay November rent?
No, she didn't.
But she lived there 3 days in November?
3 days in November, yes.
Okay. The last month's rent, quote unquote.
She paid me up front when she moved in the apartment, $2,000 for the last month.
She split
it. She split it for October. The original agreement was she was going to stay till December, the end of November. So she split her last month's rent between October and November.
So did she pay $2,000 or $1,000 in rent?
She would pay me. She would take from the original last month's rent. She would take $1,000 and give me a $1,000 check from her.
So how does she use up the last month's rent?
She used up only half of it. She used up $1,000 of it.
How does she use up $1,000 of it?
She would pay me $1,000 and he would give me $1,000 until he was out of the house completely. Then she gave me $1,000.
So now October comes, he's out of the house.
He's out. She says, can you use half of my last month's rent?
So in October, you got $1,000 from her.
From her.
Plus, you technically dipped into the last month rent pool and paid $1,000.
Yes.
All right. And then when November comes, she did not take out of her pocket $1,000 from you. But there's the other $1,000.
Yes, and I returned that to her.
Oh, you returned it to her?
I returned that to her.
You returned that to her, but she was there 3 days in November.
I did.
Did he return that $1,000 to you?
Yeah, after.
And you're suing him, and you moved out in November?
She's suing for her security.
I know she's suing for her security, but he returned that $1,000. There's, in essence, after all this banter, there is $1,000 in the pot for rent. But she stays past October 31st. She stays into November.
Yes.
She uses 3 days in November, but you let her stay there rent-free in November?
Yes.
And you returned that $1,000 to her, so she pays no rent for November. Did he return that $1,000 in rent to you?
After he gave me a hard time, yeah.
What planet are you living on?
Okay. Who's more abusive, landlords or tenants? What do you think?
I would say the tenants.
Why?
Because they know that they're protected by law, and as long as they don't do anything outrageous, they're going to be okay.
That's actually not a bad point. What do you think?
I think like landlords are kind of have authority over the tenants a little bit, but I think landlords, because they can come up towards you and
they got more power.
Yeah, exactly.
You're going to be the tiebreaker.
Tenants. I was a landlord, and I was a good landlord. It's definitely tenants or more.
You got a lot of anger harbored there. I can feel it. I feel it going inside the courtroom.
Do you understand that you spent 3 days living there in November? That everybody else, when they spend 3 days, if they start the calendar month, they owe the calendar month. So you not only shouldn't have gotten that $1,000 back, you should owe another $1,000 over that. But wait, it gets better. This lawsuit isn't even about that. Because you returned that $1,000. That's not enough for her. She wants the $1,000 security deposit, which you're keeping for a totally different matter. Why are you keeping the $1,000 security deposit?
She painted about 3/4 of the house a different color, and I agreed. She asked me, could she paint it? I said yes. And I said, but when you move out, restore it to the white color.
And did she?
No, she did not.
Okay. Now, these are pictures. Whose pictures are these?
I took those pictures before I moved out, and he did not tell me I had to restore it to the white color.
But that's the default position. That's when, if you're going to alter someone else's property, did you give her permission to paint?
Yes, I did.
You know, is there a lease, even though it's not a year-long lease? Is there anything in writing between the two of you?
No.
The default position, unless you can prove otherwise, is that you have to restore the person's property to what it was beforehand. I mean, it's not that it's a bad paint job, it's that it's colors that the next person may or may not like. Do you have a new tenant in there?
Yes.
Do they want it painted?
I put it back to white. I
you already did
have
it?
a bill, yes.
Okay, what did you pay to have it painted back to its original color?
$1,100.
How many rooms was it?
It was 5 rooms, but he touched up, whatever needed to be touched up.
Yeah, but the touch-up part shouldn't be on her. Why does the touch-up part have to be on her?
No, he had extra paint. He didn't charge me for that.
Well, okay. Can you show me a receipt for
I have a bill, an invoice.
Yeah. Okay, and your response to that is that he never told you you would have to repaint it back to its original color?
That's one of my responses, yes.
And what else?
Okay. All the ceilings were left white. The moldings and door frames were left white. Some of the rooms were not such big rooms, or there were parts of walls. It wasn't like a whole wall because there were big openings or windows or doors. So it wasn't like 7 rooms. And my painter, who painted the original, when I painted over, gave me an estimate for $300.
What did you pay your painter to paint originally?
About $900.
So why would he do it for a third of that now?
Because not the whole thing had to be painted. And it was white. It didn't have to be careful of the moldings and door frames.
Such a strong blue is going to take many coats to cover with a white. I know, because I've been through that already. But so, just so that I understand your lawsuit, it's $1,000 for the security deposit, $45 in interest. How do you get to the amount that you're suing for? Lost wages.
Yes.
You're suing him for lost wages?
I had to come to court today. I don't have vacation time to take. I'm a new employee. Okay.
What do you do?
I work as a social worker in a home care agency.
Do you have any proof of your wages, assuming that I would consider them?
I can give you the number for the agency.
Yeah, it's not how it works. All right, let's go over this. So if I've got this straight, at the end of October, you tell your landlord, I'm out of here. You don't move out at the end of the month. You stay 3 days into the new month. You pay $0 for rent for those 3 days, when he would have had a right to not just keep the $1,000, but sue you for the other $1,000, because once you spend 1 calendar day there, you owe the rest of the time, all right? But he returns $1,000 to you and gives you 3 days rent-free there. You've painted the place, but you don't repaint it to how it came to you, because your answer is, there was nowhere where I was told I had to do that. And then you want him to take somebody's estimate for $300 to paint the entire house, when the paint alone would be more than the $300. And you want your security deposit back after you've already gotten your $1,000 back. Have I got it? Yeah. Verdict for the defendant. Verdict for the defendant.
And after hearing that, the plaintiff steps out into the hallway right here. And what's your take on what you just heard from the judge?
God is good.
Right.
That's all I want to say.
Mm-hmm. It seems like you wanted quite a bit after you got quite a bit, and you wanted more, is what it seemed like.
I have a different opinion. And he did not have to paint the whole place. And I did a paint calculator with one of the websites. It does not cost $600. It's about maybe a gallon a room. Not 20 gallons, that was in the paint estimate. Okay. So I think his evidence was not accurate.
All right.
And I got what I deserve, and he's going to get what he deserved.
Okay. All right, so head right down this way, or come on in here. Does it take 20 gallons to paint? Is that what you were, 20 gallons?
I'm not the painter, so I don't know.
I know who you are, but I just asked you. You think it takes 20 gallons to paint?
Yeah.
What is it, 1,600 square feet?
Yes.
20 gallons? All right, you think that was a fair estimate.
Yep.
And what do you think she was like as a tenant?
Oh, she was a good tenant. Just, towards the end, they got a little crazy with her, with, the divorce and everything. But I'm happy with the decision today.
All right, let's see what Harvey has to say.
You know what? Tenants are not allowed to make changes in the apartment without the landlord's permission. And let me just say, even if the tenant truly believes the change is an improvement, it doesn't matter. The landlord has to approve. Now, we'll do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. You're ready to move your business forward, but first, you need to find the right team. Start your search with Indeed-sponsored jobs. It can help you reach qualified candidates fast, ensuring your listing is the first one they see. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs are 90% more likely to report a hire than non-sponsored jobs. See the results for yourself. Get a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
This is the plaintiff, Vicki Allen. She says she bought a Volkswagen Bug from the defendant, her cousin, and she thought she could trust him. Boy, was she mistaken. The guy sold her a car with a million problems. It wouldn't pass inspection, and she's had to sink $2,500 into the thing. And that's just what she's suing her dear cousin for today. This is the defendant, Alan Edwards. He says he went above and beyond to help the plaintiff out. First, he sold her the car for half price, did work on it for free, and she was as happy as could be. Now, she's doing an about-face and suing him for everything she's put into it since. The saddest part is, this car has broken them up. They don't speak anymore, and a car shouldn't be able to come between them the way it did. He's accused of copping out on a cousin.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, the plaintiff bought a Volkswagen Bug from the defendant and says it was riddled with problems, but the defendant says he bent over backwards to please her. It's the case of Don't Bug Me.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome,
Okay. Ms. Allen, you are suing your former very good friend, Mr. Edwards, for $2,500 that you say you are into a car that he sold you and you want him to repay you, not just the purchase price of the car, but everything you've put into fixing the car. Okay, what's going on?
Okay, back in June 2013, Alan said he had a car for sale. It's a little Volkswagen.
How do you two know each other?
We're cousins through marriage.
Okay.
So, but we just found that out recently, so.
You just found that out recently? You were actual
yeah.
friends beforehand?
Yeah.
Okay, how long have you known each other?
Oh, 6-7 years.
Okay.
But anyway, he said he had this little Volkswagen for sale. I needed a car because I needed to get back and forth to work. In California, it's gas guzzlers, and so I needed. So he said it was only cosmetic damages to it.
Only cosmetic damages, okay.
Right.
What year car was this?
2000 Volkswagen Beetle.
Okay. And did you take it to a mechanic to look at it to see if you should buy it before you bought it?
No.
No. And then, so what happened here?
Okay, so I looked at it. It looked like it was cosmetic. Alan works on cars anyway. He said he could fix it up and it wouldn't be a problem.
Okay.
So I told him, he came over, we talked about the price. I said, I don't want to spend no more than $1,800 for this car. I just don't have the money. He says, don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. You're going to be real happy.
Wait, so what were you paying for the car?
$1,800 with parts and everything included.
With what repairs? What repairs?
For the, okay, he said the front right fender, the bumper, and the hood and a headlight with 2 airbags. There's a driver's side airbag and a...
2 airbags.
Right.
So for $1,800, you were going to get the car, and he was going to fix all these things you just said?
Yes.
All right. And then what happened?
Then, well, I gave him some money. I gave him $800 initially to go and get the car, bring it over or whatever, and just so that
what do you mean get the car? Isn't it a car?
Well, he had the car, just so he would have some money to get started.
Okay.
Okay, that's why I gave him that. Okay, so then he brought the car to my yard, and we started ordering parts. He was looking for parts at different places, and I started looking for parts because I was finding them cheaper. So he started putting parts on.
Okay.
And then
which of the parts that you just listed did you end up paying for?
Everything except for the hood.
May I see the receipts for what you paid for those things?
These are not the actual receipts. These are the checks that I had cashed and gave to Alan to pay for this stuff.
Oh.
Because he was going to get the parts. I mean, I was paying him to get the parts.
Okay, you're giving him the money in order to get the parts.
Right.
But that's counting towards the $1,800.
Right.
Okay, may I see that?
Okay.
Because I have to go step by step because you guys are like crazy. This is not how car deals go. There's a piece of paper that says, I'm selling you the car for $1,000. You give $1,000, the car's gone. That's how it works. Or $20,000. You sign the document, you buy the car's gone. That's it, clean. But you have this like hairy little deal where he's gonna fix this and it should cost that and, you know. All right. Okay, so here's the $800, and then there's a check for $500, a check for $300, and a check for $120, which is $1,720. And all those things are money that you gave him towards buying the things that you say were included in the $1,800? The front right fender, the bumper, the hood, or are these for other repairs?
There ended up being more repairs that had to be done too.
Why are those on him and not on you when you're buying a used car? I mean, the only thing that would be on him would be the things you agreed upon before the purchase price was settled upon. So what happened here? This is all the money you've paid for the car.
I've got some more.
Give me everything that you paid him for the car.
Okay.
Or are you going to give me things you paid other people?
Okay, I paid other people, and this I paid for the airbags. So
The premise of your lawsuit is that he guaranteed to you that you wouldn't have to pay more than X in repairs in your life on the used car?
No, just to get it running and for me to get it registered and put it in my name and drive it. And I wasn't able to do that because other things had to be done.
So the seller of this car guaranteed to you how much you'd spend to get the car that you're buying when it's not drivable? Or was the car drivable when you sold it to her?
It was drivable.
Okay. All right. And you're suing him because you had to pay more than that?
What I actually did was spent $2,500 on this car to get these parts and things, to get it running, take it to the smog, get it registered in my name, and drive the car. It's my vehicle.
Why does the guy have to pay for your registration?
He doesn't have to pay for the registration. I'm just saying that's part of me getting the car and getting it running. He doesn't have to pay for that.
Okay, what did he do wrong? What are you suing him for, Ms. Allen?
What he did wrong was he didn't come back and complete the job. I had to get somebody else to come back and finish putting the hood on and the lights on and the bumper. I had to finish doing that with somebody else. That was the other.
How much did you pay that somebody else?
$450.
That's okay, so other than the money you've paid him, the only other money you've paid is the $450.
Right.
Did she ever, this is a good friend of yours, right?
Yes, sir.
I mean, you guys would socialize together a great deal.
Yes, ma'am.
Once a week, you'd go watch football at her house. Or she'd go watch football at yours. Which was it?
Go to her house.
Okay. Are you watching football at her house?
No more.
No more. All right. So what are we going to do here? You are saying what?
I have to do what she wants, I guess.
No, she don't have to do what she wants. Did you agree to sell her a car where she wouldn't spend more than a certain amount on repairs?
We
a
talked
12-year-old
about it.
used car? What was the deal you guys struck? That's what I really want to know. You're under oath, and I want to know the deal you guys struck.
To get the car going and don't exceed $1,800.
So you actually did strike a deal where you guaranteed her you're going to get a car going and not exceed $1,800.
Yeah, because I knew it wasn't going to cost that much.
Right. So how much did you put into it? Because according to you, she gave you $800, and then the other $1,000, or it's just shy of $1,000 that came to you in checks and parts and stuff. The labor was going to be free. I don't understand.
Well, the labor, I told her I'd fix the car, and she said whatever was left over that she
What
kicked me out.
qualifies you to fix the car, by the way?
Because that's what I do.
That is what you're a mechanic. Okay, so go on.
And it added up more than I thought it would, I guess. It just added up to more.
You didn't see that coming?
No.
Okay. So is all of that money that got used up, almost $1,000, was all on parts, or part of that was labor too?
She bought the parts, and no, it wasn't.
Were
no
you
labor.
charging for labor?
I didn't get the
The
labor.
labor
yet.
wasn't going to go into the math to come up to the $1,000.
No.
Okay.
The labor would have came inside at $1,800. If I would have got the job done cheaper than $1,800, then we would have worked out a little.
Okay, so she ends up spending $1,720 in checks written to cash. The checks that you gave me are all checks that went to him, right?
Right.
then I need proof from you that you paid another mechanic money, and what you gave me was an affidavit from your daughter saying she saw you do it?
Actually, it was my son.
Stop. I don't care if it's your son, your daughter, or your boyfriend.
Squash that.
I don't
okay.
squash that, but that's like part. Do you understand how hairy this is?
Okay, now, so would you buy a 13-year-old Volkswagen Bug with cosmetic damage, period?
No, I wouldn't. But if I were to buy one, I would definitely get it checked out by the mechanic and see if everything's working.
Even if you checked it out with a mechanic, would you feel good about a 13-year-old Bug that has a lot of damage in the front, and obvious damage?
Well, actually, I'm shopping for a car right now, and I probably wouldn't do that. It's just a little bit.
Oh, what are you looking for? Just curious.
Just an economical car, sedan, midsize.
Maserati.
Yeah, exactly, Maserati.
Going inside the courtroom.
You guys let this decade-long, lovely football Sunday watching friendship go into a toilet by going into this crazy, unenforceable, nutty, like every time something new was wrong with the car, then that's falling under it, and then that's falling under, and then this other thing's falling under it, and then, you know, I could try to unravel this case if you were to give me proof that you went to a mechanic and paid a mechanic $200 more than the $1,800 you thought you'd spend, then that would be your measure of damages. Because he kind of admits it, but you can't even do that much. All you can prove you spent was $1,720, which is under the $1,800, and then you bring me an affidavit from your son saying, my mother's, instead of from the mechanic. You know, look, you're the plaintiff when you come into court, and the plaintiff has the burden of proving the case. Barely worth losing a friend. Verdict for the defendant.
The plaintiff right here. What did you expect the judge to do?
Well, I expect the judge to at least give me back the money that I paid for the car and have him do the work.
You
and
have
then give him
to
the car
present
back.
a case.
Well, that's what I call myself doing, is presenting the case. And I had to pay the money to get the car. I couldn't get it to pass marks.
What kind of a fakakta deal did you two have together?
It was just kind of wild and crazy. We just kind of, you know, Alan's a mechanic. He had a nice car. I wanted it. He said,
Wild
I'll
and
fix
crazy.
it.
So you bring your wild and crazy deal in here, and who's supposed to fit? Who's supposed to straighten it out?
I brought my evidence. She didn't see it that way.
Yeah. All right. Mm-hmm. So how would you describe this deal you two had?
I understand what she's saying. I understand.
What you say?
I didn't expect it to be that much money, though. So.
What is it that you understand that the rest of us don't understand?
Well, she said she had to pay more to get it fixed by somebody else, so. It happens. I ain't gonna break up no heck of a friendship behind it.
Right. All right, Harvey?
Okay, now, first of all, what this gentleman said, that any used car you buy, any used car, I don't care if it's 6 months old, get it checked out by a mechanic. What we found on the People's Court is a lot of people won't do it because mechanics charge money in order to do that you have to pay $100, $200, and people don't want to do it, especially if they're not sure they're going to end up buying the car. They feel like they're throwing money away. Here's what you do. You can make a deal with the seller, and here's what you say. I really am interested in buying the car. I will have it checked out. But if I end up buying it, you have to split the cost for the mechanic, or even you pay for the mechanic if I buy the car. That's a way of softening the blow.